Hello. You must be Father Jacob. Dr. Elaine Erison.
I'm sorry, do we have an appointment?
Cardinal Bukovac said you were unlikely to agree to an assessment on the phone, but he asked me to give it my best shot.
I don't need a doctor, I'm busy.
You do, really. I know you have your own priests for counseling, but the Cardinal thinks you're unlikely to open up to someone inside the church.
You're a psychologist.
Anything you tell me is in the strictest confidence.
And if I say no?
Transfers are a pain for everyone. He doesn't want to reduce your responsibilities. He wants to keep you on here. He's just really worried about you. What made you become a priest?
God.
Did he speak to you directly?
He was clear enough.
A voice?
No.
Great. That's one thing we can cross off the list. Have you ever heard voices?
No.
Aren't you going to introduce me? Would you bless this for me?
Sure.
St. Peter, Sister Ruth said he was crucified upside down.
You can wear the cross upside down. Not the body of Christ.
How do you know it's him? Why did you become a priest?
I was asked.
How do you know if God's asking?
You have to really listen.
How long does it take?
You might want to think about baptism before holy orders.
How do I get baptized?
You need to find out who you are before you make a commitment to God. Any leads yet? Well, it's perfect. It looks like an army regiment.
Hey, soldier. You look like shit.
Who are you?
Is it true, this amnesia thing? Or are you working some scam to get a bed?
You know me. Where did we serve?
Ireland, Iraq, last stop Bosnia. You've really forgotten everything. Even me.
Maybe if you take off your glasses.
No way. Still a vain bastard. Put it on. Maybe it will jog something. Come on. You have to wear this to get a bed. How about a drink? Or are you on curfew?
I haven't got any cash.
You must have wine.
I can't.
Think they waste the good stuff on Jesus? Won't even miss it.
Did I do something bad when we were on tour? I think I let something evil into me.
How do you mean, evil?
Do you believe in possession?
Possession? They're the ones who have to obey orders 24 hours a day. We're not possessed. We're free.
God, help me.
Oh, he will. You want to be a slave, he'll help you all the way. Or you can fight for freedom.
I don't know what you want from me. I'm nothing special. I'm homeless. I don't have anything. We want you to be a soldier again. I don't want you back. We need you, Michael. We're praying for you. Save us and save yourself. Leave me alone!
Jacob is the one you should be really afraid of. Once he finds out what kind of person you really are.
I can be good.
Not for much longer.
tongue of dog, adders fucking balancing, lizards-legged pilots at the porch on the pocket double like they have a bullet. Which is only more rebel of the rebels of the shop, and who can turn up into the dark, who live a blaspheming Jew, borrow the conception, silver the news, the kiss, news, the type of target, a bird strangled, dish by a trap, the rule, stab, I bet you a drink of children, all the ingredients of all children, double,
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Signor?
Call me Vincenzo.
Thank you for agreeing to my visit.
How is he?
Father Jacob is well.
That's not what my visitors tell me.
I didn't realize you had other visitors. The governor told me that you... Oh. You mean visitors? Am I supposed to be scared?
Of me? No. I'm not possessed. I've not been granted that grace. He has. And he has. Jacob thinks he sent me to prison. This is a sanctuary where the possessed learn how to control their gifts.
So, getting a life sentence all part of Satan's plan?
Life? What can I do for you, sister?
Did you kill the priest? Vimmel was skinned alive. That takes great strength, and you're not possessed. Michael was the one who killed Vimmel. That's right, isn't it?
Michael was an innocent vessel.
Was he? Or did he invite it in?
It's good you came.
You can't win against God.
We are winning. Every day. In the hearts of men. Next time we will visit you.
Devil's name. Fair. Here's an equivocator who committed treason enough for God's sake, yes, could not equivocate. To heaven! Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, never ask. Quiet! What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought of it in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon! I pray you, remember the porter.
I think we should find out more before handing this over to the authorities.
I came to you before going to the police because I thought it should come from you, but we can't delay. Michael is a dangerous man.
Michael's been living in the seminary for months without incident. You're agitated because you've only just found out what he may have done. He's no more dangerous than he was yesterday.
I'm sorry, Your Eminence. If you want to alert the authorities, I will.
Father Jacob's manner is contagious.
I don't want to see any more deaths.
And that's your final decision? I suggest you go back to the seminary and pray before setting your will against the authority of the church.
Yes, I will, Father. Your Eminence.
Did you use it?
She doesn't have to prove anything to me.
I know you believe it. I know you feel it. Many good people have been taken in by Satan.
Like Muhammad.
I don't believe that Muhammad was inspired by Satan.
Was he inspired by God then?
I believe there are many ways to God.
Muhammad says that Jesus isn't God. Mary says that he is.
The woman appearing to you is not Mary.
Satan fooled Muhammad, but he didn't fool Jesus.
She asked you to convert.
I already have.
What else has she asked you to do? I realize that the idea of your father in hell must be intolerable. That even if he was there, and I don't think for one moment that he is, the Virgin Mary doesn't rescue people from hell.
Jesus went into hell. After he was crucified, he rescued people.
No, Jesus rescued people who'd never heard the Gospels. People in hell are not being punished. They're there because they reject God. It's their choice.
Then why is he screaming for help? I'm gonna save him.
Asked him to do?
I don't know. But if you believed in hell and you thought your father was in it, what would you do to get him out?
Anything.
Was this the Virgin Mary's idea?
I want you to say prayers for my father. If you don't say these prayers, she'll know and she'll tell me.
Do you understand what you're asking?
I want them to stop torturing my dad.
The man that she showed you, it's not who you think it is.
What does he want you to do?
It's a prayer of exorcism, in reverse.
Assorted childish blasphemy. Fine.
You approve of this?
If I had to spit on the cross in order to save a life, I'd do it. It's what's in your heart that matters. Would you rather I perform the ceremony?
It's just words.
You have to.
When demons escape from hell, they take refuge in us. An exorcism sends them back. Your son wants me to perform a ritual that will reverse that process and help a demon to escape from hell. And possess someone else.
It's all right, it's not real.
Please, just don't let him hurt anyone.
I can't.
Prepare the chapel.
Which I see before me. Come, let me clutch thee. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind? False creation proceeding from the... And I see thee yet. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest.
Do this.
If I don't do it, Macbeth will. I can only hope that with me doing it, the power of the ritual will be reduced.
And if it doesn't, you'll help Michael become possessed.
What if it was your father with a knife at his throat?
That's one life against how many?
Vincenzo once asked me if you could go back and kill Adolf Hitler as a child, wouldn't you do it? That's one life against how many? That was his philosophy. It's not mine.
Hemna, moi son, moni, mon mu,
Thank you.
Where did he go?
He's gone home. Says his father is free.
Are you going to prosecute?
Not if he accepts help. Not sure I could have done what you did. I could not desecrate the Quran.
Now he tells me. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage. And then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
You were blind. Now you see. The ceremony wasn't for me, Jacob, it was for you. To open your soul.
However many times you escape, hell will always be there, waiting for you.
It's been an eternity of pain since I last saw you, Jacob.
You chose it.
You still think you can save Michael? How many times?
There is no end to God's forgiveness.
It's not Michael that drives you, it's your own pride.
You should approve.
We do.
But what's next? Do you think I doubt your ability to generate atrocities?
Yes, I'm afraid you do. I made a book out of one of your priests, and that wasn't enough. We'll speak again after I've made a library.
No. God will speak, and you will listen.
Michael gave it to you because he couldn't do it himself. Are you going to assist in his suicide?
I appeal to your holy name. Humbly begging your kindness that you grant me help against this and every unclean spirit now tormenting this creature of yours.
Amen.
I cast you out, unclean spirit, along with every satanic
power of the enemy.
Respected from hell.
I think those lies are hurting you more than they are me. Oh, I can't hear you.
For it is he who commands you.
Who's that? You should have let the Mohammed priest die. Imagine thinking that human life is more precious than the word of God. That way of thinking leads you to Satan. Your God is a jealous God. See how he punishes those who refuse to sacrifice the innocent. I'm free now, Father, and I will make sure you can never exorcise me again. Jacob, say goodbye to Michael. Michael. say hello to hell.
Have you ever heard voices?
No.
Aren't you going to introduce me?
But you must hear voices when you perform exorcisms.
She's onto you.
Voices spoken by the individuals being exorcised, yes.
But not voices belonging to the person, a demon.
That's correct.
How many demons have you met?
They don't always say how many are present.
Soon you'll meet all of us.
Your current state of health, you believe that to be caused by demons?
Yes.
And the symptoms are triggered by proximity to religious symbols and sacred objects and spoken prayers?
That's correct.
Is that why you're not wearing a priest's collar? Have you considered taking some time away from the seminary? See if your condition improves?
She's right, Jacob. That's what you need. A holiday from God.
Have you considered that it may be your own mind rebelling against your vocation? And that the demons are in fact your own doubts and internal conflict?
No.
Wait a second, is she saying I don't exist?
Are you saying that you haven't considered
Is
the
that what you
possibility,
think?
or that you
I'm
have
not really
and
here,
dismissed it?
just because the blind can't see me. Look at my shadow. Do visions have shadows?
I have no problem with my vocation.
You're becoming complacent about me. You're
When you
taking
meet
me
someone
for
who claims
granted.
to be possessed,
Maybe you think
have
I'm
you
some kind of
ever
astral
diagnosed a mental
projection.
illness?
I'm as physical.
Or is it always demonic in origin?
By location, you know all
I only
about
ask
that.
because I'm
Your
told
saints
that
could do it
exorcisms are incredibly
after a
rare
fashion.
phenomena, and yet you've conducted so many.
Maybe this is a figment of your imagination too. Shall we find out?
From the amount of cases you've been involved in within such a short space of time, you must believe the demons are targeting you. Specifically.
How about those cheekbones? Let's take a look.
Father Daniel, I hope you're well.
What's happened?
Father Jacob needs your help.
I've never performed an exorcism.
Hardly anyone has.
I've never assisted in one. He wouldn't let me go with him.
Well, now he needs you. There's no one else.
I really wouldn't be much help to him.
Will you try?
I'll pray for him. I had to leave my job. I could barely lend a parish. I can't face that again, I'm sorry.
If you can't face evil, then what are you for?
I'd do some good. I'm sorry if I'm not a saint.
Sleep well.
Managed to get me sectioned, yeah? You think I did this to myself?
Before I arrived, yes. Of course you did.
Self-harming must fit in perfectly with your profile of me.
Who do you think did this?
Once you've got me in a straitjacket, you can ask me any questions you like.
It's not just voices. You saw someone.
I don't think I'm going to give you any more ammunition.
You're full of energy now. Why do you think that is?
Self-harming releases endorphins.
Humour me.
I feel better because I'm away from the seminary. This is why he attacked me. He needs to keep me away from the scriptures and the tools I need to find him. Your turn.
I think you're hooked on the status exorcism gives you. You're looked up to by deluded individuals who believe they're possessed, a belief you reinforce. You're an intelligent man. You know what you get out of the exchange.
Would it make any difference to your theory if I told you that I never wanted to be an exorcist? That I fought against it tooth and nail? And even now, I pray for a way out of it.
There is a way out of it. Why not play Michael at his own game? Why not stay out of seminaries and churches just for a few days? See if there's an improvement.
I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I allowed the situation to continue a moment longer. I can't allow you to lead this institution in your current state of health. So, I'll be basing myself here for a few days until we found a replacement for you.
Don't you have more important business in Rome?
Nothing is more important to me than your well-being. Get some rest.
Father, will you hear my confession?
No.
If I'm going to perform an exorcism, my soul has to be clean. Otherwise, they'll use my sins against me.
I will gladly hear your confession, but there is no way you're performing an exorcism. And I appreciate what you're trying to do, but the last priest who assisted me in an exorcism was skinned alive.
You think you're the only one up to the job?
No.
You just don't think I am.
Isn't this what possessed people do? Make really good excuses to avoid exorcism?
I think I told you I am not possessed.
They say that as well. So anyone who tries to exorcise you is in danger, therefore no one gets to exorcise you. That's a demon talking.
Let me try again. Before you came here, I had two friends who helped me, and they were both murdered. That very nearly destroyed my faith in God. Do you understand?
You told me once that faith is nothing if it isn't tested. What did you say? You have to take it out of the box and give it a spin once in a while.
Why don't you trust God? We do.
You could have saved them, Father.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Well, look way down the river. What do you think I see? I see a band of angels, and they're coming after me. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. Well, look down yonder, Gabriel. Put your feet on the land and see. But Gabriel, don't you blow your trumpet till you hear from me. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Still blazing around the country for the 11th straight day, while freak weather conditions persist across the world. Floodwaters in Belgium are still rising, and the mudslides in Central America have sparked fears of the spread of disease.
Yesterday's riots left more than 300 dead. This is part of a pattern of civil disobedience across the world that follows each new natural disaster.
They think it's the end of the bloody world. They're rioting in the streets.
Please. My people are not ungrateful, sir. But when a hailstorm destroys a third of our continent's vegetation, sakagadzirisa.
Mr. President, you must hear me out on this. I am not going to change my mind about joining the World Union. Official notice from Rome. The World Union is leveling a complete trade embargo against us.
Ladies and gentlemen, rest assured that I shall do everything in my power to resolve our problems. I will in fact be visiting all of you shortly to see them at first hand.
He wants to control the world. When is world peace the same as controlling the world? When it takes away my freedom. Our freedom as a sovereign nation. Now I will not be bullied by sanctions or embargoes or anything else he throws our way.
I have given orders for mass executions of all dissidents and their families. We cannot tolerate disobedience at such a crucial time.
Bravo, Koczynski. Ty wielki prezydent. But let's not go too far, shall we? We don't want too many dead bodies lying around. It creates a rather bad impression.
Mr. President, I must speak plainly. You are allowing a family quarrel to cloud your judgment. The people of this nation will not be at the beck and call of a foreign leader. And we will not give up the power to decide our own destiny.
What about the renegade zones? The Americans and the Chinese? Something's got to be done.
Yes. The Chinese have 500 million troops on our border.
Oh, ye of little faith. If you would kindly excuse me for a moment. But rest assured that everything is going as it should be. Chaos only makes it that much more interesting. America will implode, and as for China, everything will be settled at Meggido.
This government has always been and will always be of the people, by the people, and for the people of the United States of America. Now this meeting is over. You will regret this, I promise you. Give my regards to my brother, would you?
You have made the masses fanatical to make them instruments of your policies.
We'll discuss all of this later.
No, no, we discuss it now.
There are things that you simply do not understand.
As earthquakes and other catastrophes continue across the globe, California today declared a state of emergency, bringing the total number of states seeking federal aid to 25. Food and gas shortages across the nation.
It's almost biblical, sir. I hope I'm making the right decision.
Today, congressmen from both sides called upon the president to accept the World Union's offer of membership, which would result in immediate relief.
Well, at least the networks will be happy. Oh yes, all this will send their ratings through the roof. Wonderful invention, television. Does most of my work for me.
There are 3 zones that still oppose you. Your own brother.
Oh yes, after all that's happened, he still resists.
We must trigger him. I've been warning you before.
Never ever presume to instruct me, ever. My brother, the president, will come when it is time.
We gave the president our trust. We rallied behind him because we believed in his integrity. But his career has been based on lies. The Justice Department has obtained the following security camera video. It reveals that Daniel Alexander's death was no accident. Clearly, our president secured his inheritance through the abominable crime of patricide. Now, in our nation's darkest hour, his true nature is revealed. David Alexander is a man who will do anything, say anything to remain.
When did this press conference take place?
About 10 minutes ago, sir. It's repeating on every network.
Get him on the phone.
It is time that David Alexander be replaced by someone who can lead us through the
Let me
darkness
guess.
to the light.
You.
He's on the screen, sir.
Breckenridge, you are a liar and a coward. You won't get away with this.
David, can't we just talk like two men who love their country?
Spare me the hypocrisy. Do you realize what you've done?
FBI, we have a warrant for the arrest of David Alexander.
Call the president.
Open the gate.
Do it! Because of you, we will end up getting in a shooting war with the other members of the World Union. Are you prepared for that?
If they come after us, they better be ready for all hell to break loose.
The Justice Department has issued a warrant for your arrest.
This is treason.
Mr. President, you leave me no choice.
We've got company, sir.
Get that chopper down here, now!
Go condition red.
So how'd you know this was going down?
I've been in politics long enough to know that you always prepare for the worst.
Mind if I ask where we're going?
The chopper will hook us up with the Navy brass. They'll get us over to the 6th Fleet in the Mediterranean. Take them up. Come on.
That's far enough.
We're here to arrest the president.
Not on my watch.
Sir, we have to go. We have to go!
America is mine. The president has fled his office, and his government votes even now to join my world union. So, when we all gather in the Middle East, I trust that you will be there too.
The Chinese people will never bow before you.
Mr. Premier, I know what the famine has cost you. Tens of millions.
We could lose $500 million and still remain strong.
You would sacrifice so many?
Wouldn't you?
I already have. There is a prophecy. The kings of the East will gather their armies on the plains of Meggido, and so you shall.
Scan, sir. Little. You'll be all right. Trust your instincts and keep moving. You freeze up, sir, you're dead meat.
Makes me feel a lot better.
Ah, Brother Dave. Look, would you mind turning out the lights when you've finished? And please, get those filthy boots off my Aubusson carpet.
He's not here.
Sir, I thought you should know that the Chinese are rolling into the Middle East. Breckenridge has sent U.S. armor to follow along. The good news in all this is tonight's operations have gone completely unreported. Breckenridge has no idea what we're up to.
Whoa! Hey, get out of the way!
No, wait.
Sir! Sir!
I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he who sat on him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he judges and makes war. And on his thigh is written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw the beast, the kings of this earth and their armies, gathered together to make war against him who sat on the horse. I saw a new heaven and a new earth. Not pain. Not pain. When evil is brought into the light, it loses its power. Save us. Save us. Save us. Save us! Save us! Save us! For the Lord will consume the lawless one with the breath of his mouth and the brightness of his return. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end! Save us.
What just happened in there?
I received a message.
What are you gonna do?
I need to speak to the Chinese premier.
You mind filling me in?
We're gonna do battle with the beast. Thank you, Mr. Premier. Please understand we're counting on you.
哪来的一副应该在皇帝里头做过，在皇上身上赚的钱可不好想呢。
The plain of Meggido, the fabled crossroads of the Middle East. When the Chinese premier arrives a little later today with his army, the heads of all 10 zones of the World Union will have assembled their troops to witness the most historic of agreements. The new leader of the United States has just arrived.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Prime Minister, how are you?
As you can see, interim President Breckenridge is there at Meggido representing the United States government, while the worldwide manhunt for David Alexander continues.
Gentlemen, if we can use a special ops team to initiate a diversionary attack toward the center of his headquarters position, and then move in force to secure the left flank, I believe we can roll up his entire line of defense.
It's workable, but the way I see it, Stone's armies are here for a celebration. They're not expecting resistance. If we can wait for the Chinese, we'll be able to launch a full-scale surprise attack.
Either way, a lot of people are gonna die. Carry on.
Sir. Okay. Let's get the defense system. Our only hope is to stick to the plan.
My troops, you have taken the first step on the journey to Jerusalem, the journey to a new world!
All hail, Lord Alexander.
As you know, the Master wishes to reach out to all his subjects. To that end, Lord Alexander has selected European Zone Camp Number 3 for an informal visit at 2200 hours. Over the next 10 days, the troops of each zone will have an opportunity to meet the man who has created the New World Order.
Lord, why me? There must be someone else. Anybody. I'm scared. I don't want to die. But I know deep down that if I don't walk up that hill, I'm already dead. I'm in your hands.
Sir, I'm going with you.
No. I'm going alone.
You're not planning on coming back, are you?
This is something only I can do. Thank you.
Lord, give him strength. He's on your watch now.
I don't know if I have the strength to go through with this. So I'm asking for your guidance and protection. And most of all, for your forgiveness for always doing things my way instead of yours. Take my life and make it count for something tonight.
The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Evening, gentlemen. Touché. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you all to raise a glass to salute the arrival of my brother at Meggido, and to acknowledge that from this moment I am indeed my brother's keeper. Ah, David. Trust you've had a comfortable night. Beautiful day, isn't it? Sun's up, birds are singing, and all's well in my world.
Your world is a sick, dark place. I know what you did to Gabriella.
Oh, so that's why you're here. Oh, so when all's said and done, it's really about love, isn't it? Oh, I must say, watching the two of you all these years, seeing how difficult it was and how noble you both were, never giving in to temptation. Yeah, it really was exquisite seeing the both of you being tormented in this way. Oh, did I touch a nerve? Sorry.
I know who you are.
You only think you do. Oh, it's a pity the way things have ended up for you, isn't it, huh?
It's not over yet.
All but the shouting. Dear brother, I'm prepared to offer you a last gasp. Join me, and I'll raise you up from your present miserable state, make you a king among men.
You overrate yourself. You always have.
Your people can't fight me. Well, no one can, really. All you can do is die. Not that I mind that, but who will I rule over if you're all dead? Who will I punish, eh? Come, David, take a look. Isn't it magnificent?
The Chinese are arriving at last.
Ah, yes, an industrious people. Oh, I'll put them to good use.
Where's your god now?
He'll be here. Oh, really? Then, perhaps I'll introduce you to him when he arrives. You've heard his heralds, haven't you, announcing his triumphant return? No? Funny enough, neither have I. Well, maybe this time he has met his match.
All your armies, all your weapons, none of it will be of any use against God.
Well, you still don't understand, do you? This battle between me and God is for the souls of men. These bodies out there, they're not my armies, they're my trophies. Oh, but you see, don't you? Yes, you understand. Your greatest creation, and they've abandoned you. Now they follow me. I've won. Now, I shall transform this planet into a paradise for my kind. My fallen angels will rise again. Oh, you've heard of the term hell on earth? Well, this is day one of the new millennium. Starting tomorrow, it's going to get a whole lot worse.
You won't be here tomorrow.
I gave no order to attack. What's going on? I'll attack it!
The Chinese have turned against us.
What? The Americans, they're attacking on this flank, and the Latins on the other! Fire! That's the part of the human equation you forgot about. We counterattack immediately!
Where are you going?
To fight! All units! Target the enemy headquarters! If none of you, fight to the death!
Surprise. So, you think you know me? Well, think again. Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub! I have walked through history under many names, and for this time, even yours. Your brother was a mere vessel I chose, a puppet, nurtured from spawning to do my handiwork. I summon the powers of darkness. Rise up, forces of evil. Rise up and destroy all who stand against you. Arise! It is I, your lord, who commands you. Arise! You see? The tide has turned! No one can defeat me! I am the power! I am Lord!
You have failed us. We have lost. We have lost.
It's over. You're finished. Nazarene! 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 You are Lord!
There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Well, look way down the river, and what do you think I see? I see a band of angels, and they're coming after me. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. Well, look down yonder, Gabriel. Put your feet on the land and see. But Gabriel, don't you blow your trumpet till you hear from me. There ain't no grave can hold my body down.